The universe is vast and ancient, filled with billions of stars and galaxies. But where did it all come from? Did it always exist, or was there a moment when it all began? Today, scientific cosmology offers us a compelling narrative of the universe's origin, a story that begins not with something but with practically nothing. The Big Bang theory suggests the universe originated from an extremely hot, dense state some 13.8 billion years ago. To understand the Big Bang, we must first grapple with the mind-bending implications of modern physics, which tells us that space and time are not absolute but are interwoven and dynamic. The journey to understand our cosmic origins is a voyage to the very edge of knowledge, a quest that forces us to confront the limits of our intuition. It's a story that begins with the Big Bang. The Big Bang was not an explosion in the conventional sense, like dynamite detonating in an empty void. Instead, it was the rapid expansion of space itself, an expansion that continues to this day. Imagine a balloon with dots drawn on its surface. As you inflate the balloon, the dots move farther apart, not because they are moving across the surface, but because the surface itself is expanding. Similarly, the Big Bang describes the expansion of the fabric of space-time, carrying galaxies along for the ride. In the first infinitesimal fractions of a second after the Big Bang, the universe underwent a period of exponential expansion known as inflation. During inflation, the universe expanded at a rate faster than the speed of light, smoothing out any initial irregularities. The Big Bang was not just an explosion of space, it was also the birth of time as we know it. As the universe expanded and cooled, time as we experience it began to emerge. Understanding the Big Bang is about understanding the very nature of time itself. The first second after the Big Bang was a period of intense activity, a maelstrom of energy where fundamental forces of nature were still coalescing. At the highest energies, the electromagnetic force, weak nuclear force, and strong nuclear force were unified into a single fundamental force. But as the universe expanded and cooled, these forces began to separate, each taking on its own distinct identity. As the universe continued to cool, quarks, the fundamental building blocks of protons and neutrons, began to condense out of the primordial energy soup. These quarks, bound together by the strong nuclear force, formed the first protons and neutrons, the building blocks of atomic nuclei. The universe was a sea of charged particles, opaque to light. The first second after the Big Bang was a period of remarkable transformation, a time when the fundamental forces of nature were forged. As the universe continued to expand and cool, a profound change occurred. Roughly 380,000 years after the Big Bang, the universe had cooled enough for electrons to be captured by atomic nuclei, forming the first stable atoms of hydrogen and helium. Before recombination, the universe was a hot, dense plasma, where photons, the particles of light, were constantly scattered by free electrons. After recombination with electrons now bound to atoms, the fog lifted, and the universe became transparent to light. The photons that were once trapped in the cosmic plasma were now free to travel unimpeded across the vast expanse of space. These photons, stretched and cooled over billions of years by the expansion of the universe, form what we observe today as the cosmic microwave background, CMB radiation. The CMB is a treasure trove of information about the early universe, and its discovery stands as one of the most significant triumphs of modern cosmology. While the Big Bang theory explains many observed features of the universe, it leaves some profound questions unanswered. What happened before the Big Bang? What caused the initial singularity to expand? What is the ultimate fate of the universe? One idea is the concept of a cyclical universe, also known as the oscillating universe theory. In this model, the Big Bang is not a singular event, but rather one cycle in an endless series of expansions and contractions. Imagine a universe that expands for billions of years, driven by the momentum of the Big Bang, but as gravity pulls on the matter within it, the expansion gradually slows down and eventually reverses. The universe begins to contract, collapsing in on itself in a fiery Big Crunch. The cyclical universe model offers an intriguing alternative to the idea of a universe with a definite beginning and end. The concept of a cyclical universe, with its endless cycles of birth, expansion, contraction, and rebirth, has a certain elegant appeal. It resonates with ancient myths and philosophical ideas of eternal recurrence, suggesting a universe that is not bound by a linear progression of time but rather exists in a perpetual state of becoming. One of the attractive features of the oscillating universe model is its potential to explain the Big Bang itself. Instead of requiring a singularity, the Big Bang could be viewed as a transition point, a bounce from a previous contracting phase to a new expanding phase. However, the cyclical universe model also faces significant challenges. One major hurdle is the issue of entropy. If the universe were truly cyclical, then each cycle should start with the same low entropy as the previous one. Despite these challenges, the cyclical universe model remains an intriguing area of exploration for cosmologists. The concept of the multiverse, the idea that our universe is just one of many, might seem like something out of science fiction, yet it has gained traction in recent years as a serious topic of scientific inquiry. Several different theories in physics and cosmology converge on the idea that our universe might not be alone. One of the most compelling arguments for the multiverse comes from inflationary cosmology, which describes the exponential expansion of the universe in the first fractions of a second after the Big Bang. Inflationary theory suggests that our observable universe might be just one small bubble in a much larger, eternally inflating space. In this eternal inflation scenario, new universes are constantly being born from the vacuum of space, each with its own set of physical laws and constants. Another path leading to the multiverse comes from string theory, a theoretical framework that attempts to unify all the fundamental forces of nature. String theory posits the existence of extra-spatial dimensions beyond the three we experience in everyday life. The multiverse hypothesis, while still highly speculative, has profound implications for our understanding of the universe and our place within it. As we've journeyed from the Big Bang to the multiverse, we've encountered concepts that challenge our everyday understanding of space and time. But what if time, as we perceive it, is not a fundamental aspect of reality but rather an emergent property, a consequence of a deeper, timeless reality? Imagine for a moment that the universe is not a dynamic entity evolving in time, but rather a static, four-dimensional block, encompassing all of space and time at once. This block universe view, sometimes called eternalism, suggests that the past, present, and future all exist simultaneously, frozen in this four-dimensional block. In this view, our experience of time flowing, of moments passing from the future through the present into the past, is an illusion. Just as a traveler moving along a road experiences a sequence of scenery, our consciousness moving through the block universe experiences a sequence of moments. The idea that time might be an illusion is a profound and unsettling one. As we continue to explore the cosmos, we may find that our most cherished concepts, even time itself, are not what they seem.